All right, folks, good morning. All right, let's get started here. So for today, Tuesday, May the 6th, we have the following information. We've already had trade balance, which came in at negative 140.5 billion, which is worse than expected. Expectation was negative 136.8 billion. At some point today, we'll have RCMT IPP economic optimism, which will be a mildly important report. At 1:01 p.m. we'll have the 10-year bond auction, which will be a mildly important report. And then at 4:30 p.m. we have API weekly statistical bulletin, which is of course after market close. So nothing much there. Now, as far as it goes, taking a look at the QQQ ETF, we are clearly going to open lower than where we closed yesterday. Let's take a quick look at that. There you go, sorry. So yesterday's action, we opened lower, and then we moved up to fill the gap. Then we came all the way back down to where we were at the open, and now today we're going to open lower than that. If we look closely here at the overall picture, we're trading in the uh, lower half of the recent higher range that we've been trading in for a while. All right, and then taking a look here at what was moving yesterday, we did find three stocks. And all three eventually did what we wanted them to do, but they didn't do it in the manner that we wanted. So we basically broke even on two, and we took a small loss on one. So Mara, we took a small loss. This one eventually did get to our negative T2, which was 1288, but did have this bump in the way, so that stopped us out, at least the way we manage our stop. And then we had Apple. Apple did not actually reach this negative T2. It went about 2/3 of the way down there and then reversed back up after passing target number one to the downside of 200.27. We broke even on that. And then PayPal, that one was able to reach target number two to the upside of 68.84. However, we did get stopped out on the move up after this deeper pullback. That also was a break even. Well, a tiny profit. So we didn't lose any money on PayPal or Apple, but technically we could have made some money potentially, at least on Apple at some point. We could have made a little bit more, but never got to negative T2 either way. All right, so having said that, let's take a look at what's moving here in the pre-market. All right. All right, so if I look here at the pre-market, here's what I see so far. First up is ABVE, and that is presently down only 0.86%, so not enough. Was up a little bit more before, but now hasn't moved enough. AREB is currently up 16.72% on 3.3 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share, so we'll go ahead and add that AREB to our pre-market radar. All right, next up we'll check CAMP, C-A-M-P. So CAMP is currently up about 12% on 8.5 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So I'll add that to our pre-market list. Next up we'll check FRGT. It's currently up 6.2% on 3.2 million shares, at least $1 per share. So FRGT is now added. Next, we'll check GLMD, which is presently up 21.2% on 17.2 million shares, and it's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add GLMD to our list. Next up is JFBR, which is presently up 5.26% on 20 million shares, at least $1 per share. Not up enough, so we'll have to leave that one alone for now, but it might be up enough later, so I'll keep it on the possibilities list for JFBR. All right, next up we'll check KTTA. And that is currently up about 60, close to 63% on about 39 million shares, is at least $1 per share. So we will add that KTTA to our list. Next up, we have NCNA, which is presently down 63.65%, but it's under $1 per share at the moment, so we cannot use that, so we'll skip it. All right, next up is, let's see, looks like, I know the video probably won't qualify, but let me double check. That's only down 1.5%. NVDL is down 2.95%. Yes, not enough, so we'll skip both of those. All right, Palantir. That is presently down 8.71% on 8.6 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll add PLTR to our list. Next up, we have let's check this one, Pony. That is presently up 12.68% on 1.8 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add PONY to our list. And next up we have SXTC, which is presently up 38.3% on 15.4 million shares. And it's at least $1 per share, so we'll add SXTC to our list. All right, folks, so if you see any other stocks meeting all four of our criteria, let me know in the chat. Four criteria are it must be a NASDAQ listed stock trading at least $1 per share in the current pre-market session, must have achieved at least a 6% price change, positive or negative. It must have traded at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume. All right, WRD is mentioned. Okay. Let me add the list of the ones we found so far. Okay, so WRD is currently up 14.4%, 2.8 million shares, at least $1 per share. That qualifies. MRIN, sorry. That is presently up about 124% on 39 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our list as well, MRIN. All right. Okay, looks like that's everything. So we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's Pre-Market Pulse. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 8 likes, but more than 8 people watching. So please be sure to hit the like button. That greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm as we continue past 4,000 subscribers, looking to get to 5,000. So again, please be sure to subscribe to the channel as well, and then you'll also get notifications for this video. If anyone's watching this video on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, which is our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone part of the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 15 minutes or so, and we'll pick up for today's session. All right, folks, have a great trading day. I'll see you for tomorrow's Pre-Market Pulse. Take care.